followed the Martin County Cancer Patient Services pretty well since its inception. About a year ago or so, we talked to the people who started the group, and just a wonderful, amazing group of volunteers. And they meet every now and then, and they had a meeting not too long ago, and they came up with a great idea, and that was a student ambassador. And with me right now is Kenley Shaw. Kenley is the student ambassador for the Martin County Cancer Patient Services. And Kenley, first of all, welcome and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And I want to ask how that came about in just a moment, but let's find out a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about Kenley.
So my name's Kenley Shaw. I am a junior at Shoals High School. My parents are Chad and Kelly Shaw, and I have one brother named Carson Shaw and a sister named Kyra Shaw.
All right, so Carson's been getting the headlines with the Lilly Endowment Scholarship, but now we're going to focus on Kenley and get the word out. So if you're able to share this video at all, please do so, because the idea of this is to be able to get the word out, continue to spread the word about the great things that the Martin County Cancer Patient Services do, but also to get the word out about Kenley being the student ambassador. So tell me, Kenley, how that came about, that you were named the student ambassador.
So when Tammy Salmon asked me to be in the group, I was like, yes, of course. I think that would be great for me. And they came up with the idea of a youth ambassador, and I was the youth in the group. And
just like that?
It just came about, yeah.
So what were the expectations? What did they tell you that, hey, Kenley, here's what we see in the role, and here's how you may be able to help people?
Okay, so basically if there's a youth in the community that was diagnosed with cancer, they would talk to me, and I would sit there, comfort them, talk to them, and help them out, send them things, cards, gifts.
Now there's a reason why Kenley was chosen, and Kenley at a very young age was diagnosed. Why don't you tell the story, Kenley?
So when I was 3.5, I was diagnosed with leukemia. I went through 26 months of treatment, chemo pills, IVs, spinal taps that put chemo into my spinal fluid.
So at the age of 3.5, for almost 2.5 years, you were diagnosed with cancer. You went through the treatments. And what do you remember? What have your parents told you about that time? Just things about maybe how the community supported you, but how difficult some of those times were, and the hospital stays, because they weren't around here. It was up in Indianapolis, right?
Yes, so I would stay in Indianapolis, Riley. They're really good. They give you anything you need. My parents, they tell me everything. If I have a question, they'll tell me. And the community helped out a lot. They would send cards, food. They would help with donations, blankets, all kinds of stuff.
Do you have any memories of any of those treatments, of Riley Hospital, anything at all at that very young age?
I spent a lot of holidays up there, so we celebrated a lot of holidays up there. I remember those for sure. That's when my family would come up and see me.
So today, though, tell us where you are as far as your health is concerned.
So I am 11 years cancer-free, and so far my health's been perfect and no complications.
So cancer-free, that's terrific, but you know, we also know that it can come back, and it does on certain people at certain times, but what have they told you about your long-term life? So
basically, once you're cancer-free, there's chances of it coming back, but like 5 years, the chances are like lower, but you never know. It's not completely gone.
So you're completely healthy?
Yep.
No doctor's appointments in regards to this? Any follow-ups at all?
Just follow-ups once a year.
Just once a year?
Yep.
Okay. What do they do with your follow-up?
They'll draw my blood, talk to me, ask if I've had any problems, listen to me. Yeah.
So it was about a month ago that Kenley was named the student ambassador. So fortunately, to this point, Kenley hasn't had to been called upon, but we know that reality will set in just as it did with you at a very young age. And you said to me in an earlier discussion that you wanted to give back, and this is a great way to do this. Why did you feel like a need to give back?
Well, my community was always there for me, and there were tons of people that would send me cards, talk to me, like be my friend kind of, and I just want to give back because I think that's amazing.
The Martin County Cancer Service Patient Services, they do fundraisers. They had a large one fairly recently, and how are you involved in that?
We've had the chicken dinner, and I went there to help. I wrote Christmas cards and sent them out, and I was in the Christmas parade.
In the Christmas parade?
Yep.
All right. Is that your first parade?
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. So, again, if in fact somebody is in need out there, particularly a youth, and you think that Kenley might be a great resource, how might they reach out to you, Kenley?
So you can email, call, text group, and once you text them, or call, email, they'll get a hold of me, and then we can talk, set up a time, do anything.
So that's the Martin County Cancer Patient Services that she's referring to when she says you can call or email. They also have a terrific Facebook page, and I would encourage you to get on it, because it's not just about people who have cancer or who are cancer survivors. A lot of it is prevention, cancer prevention, things that you can do. And these are people, by the way, who just like Kenley, have been impacted by cancer, many of them themselves. Others, family members or close friends, as we all have been impacted by cancer. But what are some of the things that the Cancer Patient Services can do, and that you see, you've been in the meetings, that they would like to do for people who contact them?
So if you contact us, you can ask for cards for people to drive you. You can ask for a lot of things, and we can get that.
You talked about support things that you can do, and that would be, of course, discussion.
Yes.
That would be maybe a card, a phone call. And those are some of the things that the Martin County Cancer Patient Services do for all ages. And they're always looking for volunteers, particularly if you're somebody who's been impacted or you know of somebody who has cancer. What is it that you can do? Reach out to the Martin County Cancer Patient Services. We've talked about, gas cards are terrific, donations are terrific, but somebody who just might need that drive to the hospital because their family members work. So this is much a group for the families as it is for the patients, because they understand more than anybody, because they've been through it, the impact that cancer and the treatment that follows has. So we encourage you very strongly to look at the Facebook page and see how you can help and volunteer. What is it that you might say about these volunteers who have come to you and said, hey, how can we want you to help, Kenley, because you know a lot of them and you know their intentions, but it's just an amazing group of volunteers, isn't it?
Yes, it's amazing. They're all so thoughtful. They're wonderful.
Yeah, it's really a service that Martin County has not had in this regard, specifically for the patients and the services. So again, we encourage you to reach out, but you can reach out to Kenley by getting a hold of the Martin County Cancer Patient Services, email, phone call. Some of you may know people who work with the volunteer group. So Kenley, we thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, that you think you can add today before we tell people to share this video to get the word out?
No, I think I've said everything.
All right, so do that. Share the video, those of you who can, because right now it's still in its infancy a little bit, the Martin County Cancer Patient Services, but certainly a brand new addition and a great addition in a youth ambassador in Kenley Shaw. So we thank you for watching. We invite you to share, and we hope you have a very Merry Christmas. And we hope that you're not impacted by cancer anytime soon, but if you are, that you know that there are resources right here in Martin County to help you. Thank you so much.